What's poppin', Rob Television? Welcome back to another reaction with your boy. As you can see by the title, man, yes, I'm back with another Larry Legend reaction video. This is part 3 for the Bird reaction videos I was doing today. As you can see by the title, this is a good one, man. This is what NBA legends think of Larry Bird. Brutally honest, which I already know that it's nothing negative. I don't think it's nothing that any legend or even today's player can say. It's always the so-called basketball analysts, fans who know Larry Bird is overrated, unathletic, whatever it is, they always like to give excuses for. But you already know this is going to be a good video, man. Before we get into this video, do me a big favor, man. Smash that thumbs up button. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. When you subscribe, click that post notification bell to know about all things Rob Television. Let's check it out. All right, you guys, do me a big favor, man. Before you get into this video, if you haven't already, man, follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. All the links will be down in the description. And if you wasn't notified on this from my previous videos, I also have a PayPal just in case you guys want to donate. Whatever the amount is, it don't matter. It could be 50 cents. You know what I mean? If you want to donate that, make sure you show me some love on that. PayPal link will be in the description as well. All my links for everything is in the description, man. Make sure y'all show that some love. Let's get into this video.
Hey folks, how's it going? Welcome back to my show. I'm Sean David. Let's talk some old school NBA. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at NBA legends giving their honest opinion on how they feel about Larry Bird. And I try to mix it up a little bit so we will have former teammates and of course, former opponents. But before we get to that, I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreons. Thanks a lot you guys for supporting the show. It's really appreciated. And I would say enough of that. Let's dive right into today's episode. So the first player that I want to start
Break my
with
dance
is
again,
only
even though it's the same
opponent,
dance
also
every
a guy
time.
that played for Larry Bird. Of course, I'm talking about Reggie Miller, Killer Miller, who had some incredible battles with Larry Bird. Now let's have a listen what Reggie Miller thinks about Larry Bird.
By the way, Bird turned 60. Isn't that amazing?
That's great.
Bird's gotten old.
Well, Father Time will eventually catch all of us, but it's hard to think. I remember sitting in my dorm at UCLA and watching those great series between Boston and Magic and Bird. And Magic is my mentor. I've said this on this show before, but I patterned my game, who I wanted to be like, who I wanted to play like, after Larry Bird. So I was torn. So I love them both, and to have a chance to play against Larry early on in my career, and then kind of be under his leadership when he took over as head coach, it was a thrill for me because that was, one of the players that, I really idolized and patterned my game after.
Larry Bird at his best, LeBron James at his best.
And do we have to put the teams too, or just individual players?
If there's a draft,
Oh my God!
you can take Bird or LeBron. So let's say I take Larry at this age, when I think he averaged 30, 10, and 7, something like that, and LeBron right now. So you got Larry Legend
Okay,
or
now
LeBron.
what rules are we playing to?
We're playing today's rules.
Oh, I gotta go with Larry Joe. I gotta go with Larry Joe.
And the following clip is actually of one of my favorite players.
And the reason why, because I understand what Reggie was saying about the rules, what rules we playing with, but even Bird did his thing back then with those rules, with those harsh rules. Well, basically with almost the lack of rules. So if you put him into this generation with, the enforce the watered down rules to where it's like foul, foul, foul. You know what I mean? Every time you look up, it's a foul. Like, as much as Bird was getting to the rack, he would have been getting to the free throw line. And then he was a good free throw. It was a good shooter anyway. So, and then he would have had, it's just a lot of stuff that you can factor into it. So, you know what I mean? Me personally, and I'm not being a bias. I'm not just saying that just because I think that's what you guys want to hear. I would, go with Bird over, Bron. That's just me personally.
One of my favorite players of all time, Sir Charles Barkley. And it's kind of funny to see how he responds to the question if he thinks if he's better than Larry Bird.
But he said that same thing to Bird, too, after practice.
No. Dan.
Are you better than Bird?
Am I better than Bird? Oh, man, that's a great question. I'm a better rebounder. I'm probably a better defender. He's a better shooter, obviously. You know, a lot of people talk about who's better.
But you have to have that mentality.
No, you know. I think, it's a team game.
And the next player on the list is going to be Bill Walton, so former teammate of Larry Bird, a player that was voted into the top 50 players of all time back in, I think it was 1995 or 1996, so long ago. Anyway, he has a very specific opinion on Larry Bird. Let's have a listen.
What Larry was able to do on and off the court, it defied description, and it was very much like being on tour with the Grateful Dead, in that you never knew what was going to happen. You knew it was going to be fun. You knew it was going to be great. You knew it was going to be dynamic. You knew it was going to be explosive. But you could never say, that's what's going to happen.
Well, we came to play. We came to win. It was a really good passing team, a very unselfish team.
There just wasn't any doubt in my mind that we were going to win.
Well, Steve, what about your thoughts on tonight's matchup? Another lineup change by the coach. He's installed Jerome Kersey in the starting lineup.
Well, he's put a tiger in the tank. He feels that Jerome Kersey is going to give him some aggressiveness, particularly against Larry Bird.
Jerome Kersey's guarding Larry. And I think his first 8 or 10 points were left-handed. And at that point, McHale was still coming off the bench. And so Larry scores his 6th point on some kind of left-handed shot.
Bird against Kersey. Oh, what a basketball player that is.
And McHale goes, hey, Jerome, wait till he starts shooting right-handed.
Change for Bird, another three-point try.
Well, left-handed is one thing, but when the game got close, I had to go back to the right one. I think it went right down the wire, and we might have won by 1 point.
Beat you right there. You got to keep them under control. They don't.
Now, the following clips are actually from my own show. I had Dennis Rodman, Sean Kemp, Michael Cooper, and Dominic Wilkins on the show. And, of course, I'll ask them all about Larry Bird and their opinion. So let's have a quick listen to those NBA legends.
87, and I tried to do my best to guard Larry Bird. It didn't work too well. He kind of schooled me a little bit. He kind of schooled me the whole game. Every game we played, he said, Dennis, are you guarding me? Take that for you. All right, I take that, Larry. I take that. There's sort of jump shot. I said, Dennis, you like that? I said, you know what, man, the hell with you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But after a couple of years under my belt, I said, oh, okay, great. I belong in this league, brother. I belong in this league, and all of a sudden now Larry Bird started to respect me. Then you can see at the last the years we played in the Silverdome that you saw that brawl that when I tried to block Larry Bird's shot, Bill Lambert came over and I fell backwards, and Bill Lambert came and gave Larry a chop, with a forearm. Then all of a sudden the melee, that's when the rivalry started really to happen right there.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I said, oh man, I'm in the league now.
Yes, Coop, I'm fine too. Thanks for asking. Now in this video, I'm talking about your rivalry with Larry Bird and how intense it was. It was a battle. It was war. Was it?
He played Bird the best out of anybody.
It wasn't just a personal thing. It became physical because I had an opportunity to do something about it. So when I jumped into that rivalry, Larry was the type of player, and I've guarded many great offensive scorers. Just to name a few: Michael Jordan when he was young, Dr. J, George Gervin, a kid named Andrew Toney. Those players, when they just throw the basketball, you can kind of take a rest on those guys. Larry was different than that. Larry could get rid of the basketball, but he was going to go get an offensive rebound. He was going to set a back pick for his teammate. He was going to do something, assist. He didn't always have to score. So you always had to pay attention to him. And, he has said that I'm the toughest player he's had to ever guarded him. And I have to say Larry is the best because of those things I just mentioned, is that you always had to pay attention to him on the court. And one of the best things, Sean, that I saw of Larry Bird that really gave me the ultimate respect is that we were playing them in the 84-85 series, and we just got into Boston, and there was a bus going by, and on the bus they had this huge long picture of Larry diving out of bounds, and the ball was just right at his fingertips, and the quote was, "I hate it when players watch the ball go out of bounds." And that there tells you who that guy was, man. This guy played the game, the entire game, to the outer limits, the sideline, the baseline, and that's what I respected the most about him. But he was a tough player to deal with because he was bigger than me too.
Now, you played probably in the best era of NBA basketball, and you had some of the most incredible rivalries, especially you as a player. Your rivalries with Jordan is legendary. Your rivalry with Larry Bird is legendary. So I definitely want to talk about that. Your first interaction with Larry Bird was a very rude awakening. What do you recall from that first meeting, and what was it like having the final laugh?
Well, you know what, the funny thing is, you know, when you're a rookie coming to the league, you're a hotshot rookie, and you think you're, you know, one of the greatest, and, you know, those veterans have a way to let you know, look, you got to pay your dues, and that was one of the situations with me and Larry. I went to shake his hand, he wouldn't shake my hand. And I remember saying to myself, well, maybe he's just getting into the game. And I remember the first play of the game, he said, "You don't even belong in this league, Holmes." And he shoots a three. I'm like, I wasn't mad he made the three. I said, did he just call me Holmes? You know? But I remember after the first time, you know, I made a great play against him. I remember him saying, he said, you know, you got some toughness, man. I like you. But he said, I'm still getting 40 tonight. He got about 38, so he kind of proved his point.
Now, back in the days, there were many black players who for example, Cedric Maxwell, for example, who openly admit that they thought Larry Bird was overrated until they actually got to play against him. When was your moment where you thought, okay, this kid is for real?
The first day I played against him. First day I played, I mean, I knew he was a super player before I came into the NBA, but when I had a chance to play against Larry Bird, and there's only, I can count on one hand the type of guys like him that you had to be totally focused in on. If you didn't, he would embarrass you.
Now the following clip is going to be of Jalen Rose. Of course, Jalen never got the chance to play against Larry Bird since Larry retired in 1992, and Jalen came into the NBA in 1994, but of course, he played for Coach Bird. So let's have a look and listen to what Jalen Rose has to say.
Bird 6. Okay. Bird, for those that don't know, won 3 straight MVPs in the league with the Showtime Lakers and Michael Jordan and the Bad Boys president. 3 straight MVP.
So you would say that was the baddest white boy ever? Then.
No question. Not even yes. No doubt.
Okay.
No doubt.
All right, you guys, that was it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out my Basketball Time Machine podcast on iTunes and on Spotify podcast with me and former NBA legends. And also, if you like the video, please do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps my channel to grow. All right, you guys, you all be healthy. Take care and goodbye.
Yes, sir, Sean David. Make sure y'all go show Sean David love, man, because he's provided 3 videos for me to react to, which is all Larry Bird. And a lot of my past videos I reacted to as of a week ago or a week and a half ago have been because of Basketball Time Machine. So shout out to Sean David, man. Make sure y'all go show him some love. Man, y'all can even say, man, Rob sent you, man, because you know what I mean. I'm popping out here a little bit now, man. But that's it for this video, man. If you did enjoy this video, do me a big favor, man. Smash that thumbs up button. Also, if you're new to the channel, man, make sure you subscribe. Click that post notification bell to be notified on all things Rob Television. I'm out this thing, gang. See y'all in the next video.